Right folks, welcome to this exciting video where you once again join us in the wild countryside of Scotland, and today we've come to the coast and we've come to a place that we've never been before, which is Catterline, a little coastal village on the east coast of Scotland. I think years ago I was here, but it's so long ago that yeah, it's an epic adventure folks. We're totally exploring. Last time I was here I walked around there and had a look, but like literally this time we're heading around this way. But I can see in the distance Todd Head Lighthouse folks, which recently featured in a video. You can go back after this and check it out. A cool little adventure we had exploring the coast there. Look at this folks, we've come along the coast a bit from the Catterline harbour itself, and there's a cool land bridge here. I'm going to try and get closer. It's an absolutely incredible scene, and it's proper slippy underfoot, so we're just taking it easy. But look at this, you can see the daylight. Whoa! I'm in the Adidas trainers for this adventure folks because of the summer conditions. This must always be under the water normally, but look, you can see the light shining under this rock, which is so cool underneath there. Wow, what a scene. It's like some crazy fish tank almost. But it is genuinely the North Sea folks. The water's crystal clear today. The landscape around here, it's like a film set or something. I do apologise for any wind in this episode folks. It'll be a lot better once we get round into some of these little coves. Yeah, some of the wildlife at the coast is just wild, literally. Look at this folks, this is the craziest bit down in here. Look at this folks, this is a crazy spot here. It's like water from the sea coming in here and fleeing round. It's probably been a rock pool at one time. This is often what they're like. And then one day it erodes fully out and it just gets broken away by the sea. But kind of what's cool about this spot, there's no wind down here folks. A summer adventure like this, it's epic. It's so warm today and we're making the most of the summer conditions, and it's often amazing coming down to the coast just to see the range of wildlife and stuff that you see. It's absolutely amazing. Last night we saw dolphins and a starfish folks, and I didn't have my camera with me, and it's typical. But today we're on this adventure and we're going to document all the cool stuff that we see here.
Water must come all the way up.
Yeah. That's true, and also like there's anemones here. Coastal anemones folks, you see a lot of that. Yeah, there's just wildlife all around at the coast and all those little shells. That's part of it. Anyway, on with this adventure. It's amazing when you're out of the wind, it's just like a different place. Look at this folks, there's this crazy random massive green rock here. And look at it, it looks like something off a dinosaur egg fossil or something. It's crazy. It's a different colour to all the other rocks and a different texture. It's like a yellowy green colour. And it's just insane to see it. It's a smooth, shiny colour as well. Well, complexion, whatever you would call it folks. It's insane. And it's just in amongst all these other stones, which is wild, like solid bedrock with like pebbles through it. It's an insane landscape folks. Look at this folks, I've come up this little passage in the rock here because I came to see if it was actually a cave, but it's not. It just ends here, boring into the bedrock. The acoustics is crazy in here. Oi! Crazy acoustics. There's so much heat in the sun today folks, check it out up there. Crazy scenes. Yeah, this is the sort of bit you should never come in folks because you get cut off by the tide. I've literally just clambered along this rock inside. Okay, and we're trying to see all the coolest spots folks. And sometimes you take risks like that on an adventure. Yeah, look, it's almost boring through here as well. the sea must come up here, all the way to that black line up there. So it probably comes fleeing out there when the waves are coming in. This is crazy, folks. We've come round the corner from Catterline here on the coast, and look at the way this cliff is. It's like that pebbly, like bedrock, but the way it slopes in there, it's just crazy. The scale and the height of this cliff is unreal. Wow, it's fully eroded out. It must have been from the sea. I'm just thinking what route to go. I'm going to use that little stone there. Yes, we're doing it. Check this bit out. It's almost... Whoa, it's overhanging here, this part. Check it out, folks. The sun was in the lens there, but now you get a true aspect. The sandstone is like right above our head. Look, there's loads of starlings. Whoa, check this bit out here, how it's worn. Wow. This here, folks, is a crazy spot. It's places like this that I love to bring up with videos. The adventure, coming and finding something like this. It's like a natural wonder here, created from nature. The way the sea's been eroding in at the rock. All this could just fall down at any minute, folks. It's like scary to think about that too. But look at the way this is worn here. We're going to have to climb up, aren't we? It's all about the adventure on this channel. Wow. Right now, we're cliff climbing inside a cave, folks. And look at this view out over the beach now. Wow. This here is a spot. I love to find cool little spots when I'm exploring off, and this is some crazy area made by nature. Yeah, this is crazy.
Scale of the place.
Yeah, folks. I don't know. Can you see the screen? Like, there's the size of me there. Boom. Look at that. It's a massive. This is actually a massive kind of cave. It often doesn't come out on the camera too well. Look at these birds going up into their wee nests on the rock face. Wow, this is cool, folks. I'm going to get a couple of pictures looking across the beach. This is crazy, folks. Literally, it's like a rock pool at the bottom here. It's probably like 50 foot up or something. And it's crazy, like, I never even knew this place existed. It's a shot I'm gonna have to find. Wow, it's been cool to sit there. I just got a couple of photographs sitting at the top. Yeah, it's wow, I can't even believe it. Check it out, folks, all those little pebbles, that could fall down at any moment. It's highly fragile, and it overhangs 25 to 30 foot maybe, for probably the furthest back point. It's almost what you could call a cave. And this, even the bit we're climbing on, it's not earth, it's solid bedrock with that pebbles throughout it. Yeah, crazy spot, folks. Anyway, on to the next crazy area. There could be anything hidden all the way up this coast. This is the sort of spot it's amazing to find if it's like a heat wave and it's super warm. It's cool just to come to a place like this with the breeze blowing through. And the blue seas, folks, the North Sea, it's looking extremely clear and blue today. And each one of these little rock pools has got their own character. It's like its complete own biome. Anyway, wow, I'm still underneath this overhang of rock here, folks. Look at this, folks. We've pushed on further around the coast and we're greeted with this crazy scene. The rocks over at that side are just pure white with bird droppings, and it's insane to see that. And there's a crazy cave. It's like a water cave though, I can see it, it goes in. It looks like if we came down the other side we'd be able to get close to having a look in the front of it, but there's no way around from this side. Here we go, folks. I've just seen a crazy, rare, tiny little jellyfish in this rock pool and I'm waiting to record it for you. And that's the next clip, so let's get into it. mission update, folks. We're now racing against the tide here in this area of the coast because we're going to go and look at this little abandoned house over here, which is a crazy little, looks like the remains of an old coastal cottage. And yeah, the landscape is insane. There's tons of clear rock pools here with some mad seaweed and beasts in them. And the tide's constantly rising over this piece of land as we speak. Whoa, there's loads of fish. Sometimes as you're running along, you can see a lot of fish because like you just come across them. If you're going quite slow, they often hide before you get time to notice them. So there you go, folks. That was some crazy like jellyfish in that last underwater clip, and I've never seen one. The one, I think it's most likely to be like a tiny comb jellyfish of some sort, but I'm not sure. It had incredibly long little tentacles for the size of the jellyfish, but also it was illuminating. You could see the light on its sides, which I've seen with the comb jellyfish. Wow, yeah, we've just made it around this crazy bit of coast. And now we're dealing with this. And it's a little abandoned, what must have been a house. Maybe there was a family maybe at one time here that used to fish out of this little coastal cove. And there is a crazy cave just round the corner, but you can't get in it unless you've got like a boat of some sort to go in. Oh, is that like a heap of scrap that's maybe been thrown down the hill at one time? Whoa, see what history remains here, folks. Yeah, check it out. What's this? Old bits of a fridge and stuff like that. Oh, aye. A total Yeezy soul out here, folks. Crazy. The wide variety of things that get washed up at the coast is just unreal. Look, it's crazy the amount of pebbles. It looks like the rock must have been washed out. Yeah. Yeah, here's this wee house. The amount of heat being radiated up from these coastal pebbles is just unreal, folks. It must be over 20 degrees right now. Whoa, I'm slipping on the pebbles. Pebbles is one of the worst things to walk on. It's one of my least favourite things to try and get grip on. Look, somebody's had a little camp site or something over there. Or we'll go and investigate that in a minute. But first we'll go and take a look at this. Crazy. Oh wow, yeah, it's like a little wall. Don't know if it's the end of a wall actually. Do you think it was maybe for a winch, for winching the boats up? Check it out, folks, we've made it to document another piece of abandoned coastal history, and it's crazy to see that. I'm still mind blowing at that little jellyfish that we saw. Yeah. We saw it by chance because the light was shining through the rock pool. Wow, folks, it's so warm right now, I'm overheating. The sun's just beaming down here. But like, you can see what remains of this house. It's been like 2 rooms, maybe a bit of a fishing bothy. And you can just imagine the boats probably lined up along that bit of coast. But yeah, in this cove it's not so windy and it's amazing for exploring. You get a real sense of the summertime when it's that warm, folks. It's epic. And Scotland's so overgrown in the summer. Normally when you try and explore places, you're climbing through grass which is like waist height, and all other kinds of plants as well. Just look at that, folks, for an abandoned scene right there. I was just getting a couple of photographs. It is crazy in Scotland how nature takes over at this time of year. Everything's just so extremely overgrown. You can almost get a sense of the history though. You can imagine a little fireplace potentially here, and it looks like it's had an upstairs level as well. Yeah, so maybe if they were on fishing expeditions and stuff they would stay here. Maybe it was a fishing family that lived here. But sometimes it's cool just to come and look and see what's left of a time gone by like this. I think when there's high tides and that, the water gets pretty close to the front door of this place. But it's a crazy environment with the high cliffs at each side. And yeah, the scenery is just absolutely amazing. Anyway, we'll go and explore this unusual looking little spot over here. It's almost like a campsite or something strange like. Yeah, we'll have a look, folks. Check it out, folks. This is genuinely a little castaway camp right here. They've got a little bench for chilling out. This must be stuff they've collected from the beach. And they've made themselves a wee camping spot. And look, that's a proper little hutty in there. And look, they've got the totem. There's even a little wheel there, look, from like one of those pedal tractors. This is crazy, folks. We'll take a look in the door of this. Shout out to you if you've built this little campsite here. It's like a secluded beach. When the tide's in, the only way to get up and down would be up and down there. Can there be no way around the way we came? Look, they've got a perimeter fence and stuff around it. Infiltrating the perimeter, folks. Just like this could have been here for ages. It's so strongly built. They've got a football and stuff in there. A little shelf. This is the sort of thing that me and my brother used to build when we were young in the woods and stuff. Insane. A little, like, what even is this? Like, they've got stones inside there.
Storage.
Proper frame. That's to prop the roof. Yeah, that's cool. It's cool to see stuff like that, folks. Somebody's little camping spot. Oh, look, there's a wee cave up there almost, you would think. Whoa, there's more wind at this side. See, there's a pile of stones here. That's maybe been something when they've been at their camp. Look, that stone's almost like got a golden shine to it. Don't know if that comes out on the camera. Some of the stones and the geology at the coast, folks, it's mind blowing. Oh, pebbles are the worst thing to walk on. Oh, I look, there's big chunks of cement here, folks. This is a live find on this adventure. Crazy. Massive chunks of cement, which has either gotten dumped over or there could have been a World War II defensive position. This is crazy, folks. Look, there's actually bits of walls and stuff like that. Yeah. Look at this, folks. This has all been stuff. It could be related to the fishing which may have gone on in this harbour at one time as well. Look, massive chunks of cement. Check that out there, folks. Wow, all the way up here, there's huge chunks of cement. The shadow's not at a good angle, but you can see it right the way down here. Cement and wire. Often with coastal spots though, this could have been farm debris, like tipped over from up there. The way it's piled here, that's how it looks. Because it is mixed in with like metal and that as well that you would get on a farm. Wow, it is cool to see that though and think, like, what has that been, folks? See, look, that could have been a bit of a farm building or something even. It is some huge chunks of cement though. And often if the beaches and the areas at the coast were easy to land a craft on, they would defend it with a little cement pillbox, but maybe not so much with a cove like this, because they would struggle to get up there if they invaded. It would have been the Germans back at that time they were defending against. But that's a cool scene looking back towards that house with that wee camping spot, and then boom, that view over there. Yeah, I think we could go up onto that rocks there and look down into the blue water. Here we go, folks. We've made it round to this plateau of rock. Some dirt just fell down from up there. I thought it was a bird doing its business, but it landed on me and it bounced off. Check this out, folks. The water's crystal clear and you can see down through it. This is the North Sea. We're not wanting to go too far around the coast for here because you can't get any further round. This is that rock that's pure white with like the bird droppings, and yeah, we're not going to hang about here in case they do that with us. But it was cool to come and have a look at this. got a view of this bay from a different perspective. Look at this, folks, under the water here now, you can see that big stone, and that's that unusual massive green stone that I pointed out on the way down on this adventure. And look how much the tide's risen. It's well above that stone now, and it just shows you how you can get cut off at the coast, especially here at Catterline. And at the other side you can see that little cave that I actually walked into. Like, now the sea is right up in this area. But yeah, that's been an epic adventure today, and the coolest thing we saw was that little jellyfish. I hope the footage came out good under the water, but the cottage was cool as well. Just a little bit of history hidden on the coast, and it's cool to document new things and new places. We've never been round that part of the coast ever, so it was totally epic. And then when the sea's crystal clear, it's just amazing to see it. All the different wildlife that you can sometimes see. There's just tons of anemones here. Pretty soon they'll be back under the water as well as the tide rises. What a landscape, folks. Anyway, it's been a cool adventure. I'll end it here. Goodbye for me, goodbye for the channel DJ, and we'll catch you very soon with the next adventure, if we make it out of this crazy sea landscape right here.